If you thought the tension between Crawford and Davis had finally cooled off, think again. Terence Crawford just lit the fuse again during a recent sit-down interview, and Gervonta "Tank" Davis fired back almost instantly. Crawford tossed out a surprising idea, having Tank face Shakur Stevenson on the undercard of his massive upcoming fight with Canelo Alvarez. He even joked that it would have been great if Tank wasn't so focused on trying to take the spotlight. Tank's response? It exploded across social media, boxing outlets, and pretty much every gym in the sport. Here's what's really going on.
Crawford and Canelo, I'm pretty sure
Shakur and Tank?
Yeah, that would be dope. That would be dope. But if Tank was not so cocky to be on a Terence Crawford undercard, that would be dope. But I don't see Tank taking a backseat to no fighter.
Here's an exclusive interview with The Ring, and he didn't hold back. He confirmed he's headlining the massive Riyadh season event on September 13th against Canelo, but he also said he wants the rest of the card to be loaded with big names. And in his mind, nothing would elevate the event more than finally putting Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta "Tank" Davis in the ring together at lightweight. That's when Crawford dropped his take. It would have been perfect if Tank weren't too proud to appear on a Terence Crawford undercard. It wasn't exactly a diss, but the jab was definitely aimed at Tank's ego. Crawford didn't stop there, either. He praised Shakur and Keyshawn Davis, calling them the two strongest fighters in the division without hesitation. Subtle? Not really. Savage? Absolutely. His message was unmistakable. Shakur deserves center stage, and Keyshawn Davis belongs right there with him. But asking Tank to appear on another fighter's undercard? That's pushing it way too far in his world. Crawford's interview instantly reignited the lingering tension between Tank and Bud, a feud that's been bubbling ever since Tank took a shot at Bud's wife and openly sided with Errol Spence back in 2023.
Hey, Bud and Shakur, just one question. How did Keyshawn look, man?
You ready for whoever coming next, man? That boy ready. He been ready, actually. You know what I mean? It's just given the opportunity. That's all it is.
You got two little brothers that is closing on Tank. You know, one of them gonna get him.
One of them gonna get him.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a great night of boxing when they do.
Awesome, appreciate it.
Crawford's message boiled down to this: I respect the game enough to let Shakur shine. Tank, though, he always needs the spotlight on him. That comment set off a chain reaction across the boxing world. Content creators, influencers, and fans everywhere started buzzing, all wondering the same thing. How is Tank going to respond to this?
Tank would never even think about to come up to 154.
What about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens? Or is it like...
I just really don't like that dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. That's like
just not your cup of tea. That's just not your...
I don't like nothing about him. I just feel like, you know, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he's in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah,
but like his core personality and his ways, nah.
And Tank didn't waste a second. He jumped on social media and clapped back immediately. His response was short, sharp, and carried that signature Tank attitude, made it crystal clear: I don't come in second to anybody. He challenged Crawford's authority, essentially asking who Bud thinks he is and what gives him the power to decide who belongs on what part of the card. Tank's message was unmistakable. He's not stepping into any event as the undercard, not even on a blockbuster card headlined by Canelo. In his eyes, he is the attraction.
Who's next? I told y'all who I want to fight. I can't keep saying the same thing. I already told y'all who I want to fight. The best versus the best. That should be my next fight. I told y'all I'm a dog. I'm top level, elite level fighter. So let's make boxing great again. Let's put the best fighters in the ring with each other, and let's see who come out victorious.
Tank basically summed it up like this: all I hear is hate. You don't know me personally. You might say you don't like me, but you don't even know who I am. And honestly, I don't care what anybody thinks.
Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. If you don't know me as a person,
let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a fuck. Him. If everybody in the Cleveland win, I mean, win. Fuck.
Tank, question for you. You're a proud father.
What stood out wasn't just Tank talking big. He backed it up with his resume. He reminded everyone that he's still undefeated and carries knockout power that can end a fight with a single shot. Meanwhile, Crawford is busy talking about where he should be placed on a card. The boxing world went crazy. Tank's reaction spread across TikTok, Instagram, and X in minutes. Fans were all over the comments shouting the same thing, make Tank versus Shakur the main event.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that moving up 2 weight classes and, you know, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin, so tell him to come and touch it.
Wow, man! Gervonta said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147 for him.
Ooh, see, oh man.
You're gonna have a pre-camp.
Then what the people gonna say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
I don't know.
Let's unpack what's really going on. On the surface, it looks like 2 elite fighters trading shots. But underneath, there's a lot more at play. This is about image, legacy, and who controls the spotlight. Terence Crawford is gearing up for the massive 2025 Global Knockout event, headlined by his showdown with Canelo in Riyadh. Naturally, he wants the entire card to match the scale of that moment. From his perspective, putting Shakur and Keyshawn on the undercard fits perfectly. They're young, hungry, and their momentum is building fast. Tank, on the other hand, sees things differently. He feels any major lightweight clash, especially one involving him, should revolve around his star power, not take a supporting role to someone else's night.
Who have Shakur? What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him.
Who that?
The Keyshawn. Keyshawn looking way more better than this. I keep screaming his name. He haven't done nothing. Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
So what do you say to those who
I
might
keep
be
saying
afraid?
his name for?
So what do you say to those who might be saying that, you know, Tank is afraid of Shakur?
Afraid of what? Afraid of what? Us fighters, if we're afraid of something, it gotta be somebody hitting us and hurting us. Like, he don't have no offense. Everything is defense. Defense only winning basketball and football. That shit winning boxing.
Another layer to the tension is public perception. Crawford has long been viewed as the quiet assassin, calm, calculated, and technically sharp. Tank, on the other hand, carries a flashier, more explosive image. That contrast alone adds fuel to the rivalry. From Crawford's perspective, Tank's confidence is easy to read and easy to exploit. From Tank's viewpoint, Crawford's calm demeanor isn't humility at all. It's either insecurity or a warning sign. There's also the question of hierarchy in the sport. Crawford implied that Tank would never agree to play a supporting role beneath him. For a fighter whose entire brand revolves around swagger and star power, that's a direct shot. Tank's response showed just how much he understands both the fight game and the business around it. His reaction wasn't just about pride, it was about protecting the narrative of his own career.
You still early in the game. What do you want your legacy to be when it comes to this game, man?
Beat the system.
That's system. It. What's the system of boxing?
Beat the system of boxing, life. Just beat the system. Be able to spread my wings and had my people next to me spread their wings. That's it. I ain't really got no big goal of this sports and all that. I just want to get my money and just remove myself.
But let's be honest, Gervonta "Tank" Davis hasn't quite been the same since that strange, underwhelming majority draw against Lamont Roach back in March. That fight left fans scratching their heads, critics split, and Tank himself seemed off his game. Since then, it feels like he's lost the sharpness, the hunger, and the focus that made him so dangerous. And instead of setting the record straight with a rematch, he's been avoiding it entirely, stepping around the challenge rather than facing it head-on.
I'm not sure, bro. I'm definitely not sure, but hopefully we could get it before. Nah, it probably won't be this year.
Is that the one you want next?
It's definitely the one I want next, but it's not gonna be next.
What is?
You might see it in a minute.
Clearly in there, man. I thought I won. I thought I did enough to get the victory over a spectacular fighter. I told y'all from the beginning, man, that I got the skills to pay the bills. I've been telling y'all that. And I'm just glad I got to show it, honestly. I'm glad I got to show it. I appreciate, like I said before, I appreciate true boxing media. Some guys that didn't count me out. So that's just how I feel, man. I think I won. And, I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait to dance again.
And now, he's calling out Jake Paul. Yes, Jake Paul. At this point, it's hard to call it real boxing. It's more like YouTube drama with gloves. A fight between Tank and Jake feels like a straight-up cash grab. Flashy, hyped, and designed to sell pay-per-views. There's no legacy on the line, no major titles, no real rankings, just viral moments, over-the-top press conferences, and media frenzy. And the kicker? Both fighters are fully on board.
Gervonta Davis just posted that he would beat the brakes off of you if you guys fight.
I mean, I'll be down. Let's run it. I'll be super, super down.
Gervonta needs Jake Paul. Let's be clear, right?
Is there a height limit in boxing?
So, it's obvious now. They're not chasing greatness. They're chasing money and attention. Jake Paul has always been about the spectacle, but seeing Tank Davis, once poised to be a generational star, fall into that same lane is genuinely disappointing. On top of that, Davis has been hinting at retirement for months, frequently mentioning in interviews that his passion for the sport just isn't what it used to be.
25 is at the next year. I'm out of it.
After our second fight.
You're out of it?
Yeah.
Care to elaborate on that?
Out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
He's exhausted, physically and mentally. Many boxing analysts and former fighters have noticed it too. The way he carries himself, his demeanor, his lack of focus. Some describe it as a kind of depression. Others say he's just checked out. Whatever the case, one thing is clear. Tank's mindset is no longer fully in the fight game.
Tank is done. Tank is hung him up. Shoes off, get the bag, put a plaque up. He done. Tank is done.
When you say done, you mean like not fighting anymore?
Tank is checked out mentally. Tank is gone mentally. Tank looking for the big bag, of Jake Paul, Pacquiao, something sort, and he's looking to, hey, I'll see you later. Tank is standing. He's not gonna fight Shakur Stevenson at all. At all. I don't care how much money Turkey offered, give him 4 Lamborghinis, whatever. Tank ain't taking that fight.
And look, if he wants to retire, that's his choice. Every fighter has their moment. But if he's staying in the game just to chase paydays against YouTubers while avoiding real competition, that's not the Tank Davis fans were promised. The sport deserves better. The fans deserve better. And honestly, so does he. Stepping back, this isn't just a personal feud, it highlights a bigger trend. Boxing today is increasingly personality-driven. Fighters are brands, and fight cards are carefully crafted narratives. Promoters aim to create matchups that balance marketability, skill, and excitement, knowing that big names draw audiences and live revenue.
Yeah, but it's like people selling that stuff. Like, even the picture where everybody was in the room, that shit look like some devil shit. Facts though, some code, right? Yeah, that shit like some devil shit. Like they sold that soul.
Yeah, you go with that.
That was crazy. And you seen how the guy was? He looked at the scorecard. Yeah, he looked at it.
2 points. You losing 2 points. 2 points.
Come on, man. You want to get Tank over here and fight? Man, I already know what y'all gonna do. Yeah. But every time I say something, it's like I'm hating.
Crawford-led card, potentially featuring Stevenson versus Tank, 2 stylistically exciting lightweights, makes sense from a storyline perspective. But Tank's brand demands top billing. If he can't headline his own event, Is it even worth participating? This scenario highlights something boxing fans have long noticed. Often, the flashiest promotions and the biggest names determine matchups, not necessarily the most competitive fights or what's best for the sport.
You know, what about Crawford do you think can bridge the weight gap? Or like with you, what did bridge the weight gap? Because a lot of people are just saying, hey, Canelo's just too big for someone like Terence.
That's true. But you know what? There's always a way. Put it that there's always a way. There's always a way to win.
Crawford calling Tank cocky highlights the clash between ego and the sport itself. The plot thickens when you consider the Crawford versus Canelo mega fight, an event orchestrated by none other than Al Haymon, the man who has practically reshaped the boxing world to suit his vision.
As I said last week, I hate Tom and Jerry's kinds of boxing. We will not have him anymore. This is the first thing. The second, we will have in this fight and the next fight bonus for KO. I don't want to force to be having ring 12 by 12 or something like this.
He's been putting up huge purses and bringing the sport's biggest names together under a flashy, high-profile banner. There's no denying he's changing the game, but not everyone appreciates his approach, especially Gervonta Davis.
Let's go back to the beginning of last year, my Tank Davis, fresh out of jail. Throwing hands in Frank Martin's face. I'm gonna break you up. I'm telling you. Like, yeah, man, 7 more fights.
Got the internet excited when you say, yo, 6, 7 more fights and I'm naming names.
Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah.
Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
Devin Haney.
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
Then he got to beefing with Turkey.
David, he said to me, send to me 2 Ferrari to play in Saudi Arabia.
You don't play boxing.
We will send to you 2 gloves if you want to play in Saudi Arabia. That's it.
I ain't gotta go over there.
Right.
What they making over there, I'm making here.
All of a sudden, all the fighters he need to make big fights don't want to fight.
He was very close to fighting Lomachenko, and then Lomachenko pulled out. Shakur didn't want to do a 1-fight deal to fight Tank.
You said who?
Tank.
I'm dangerous. Who that?
And by the end of the year, he ain't getting no fights and he's fighting Lamar Roach.
At the next year, I'm out of.
Tank has made it clear that he isn't on board with Al Haymon. He's voiced it publicly, both behind the scenes and through pointed social media posts. Davis views Haymon as someone trying to maneuver fighters like chess pieces on a billionaire's board, and Tank refuses to be anyone's pawn.
We saw Gervonta Davis a couple of days ago say on Twitter that now he wants to maybe work with you.
I don't have a problem with him or any fighters. If he respects what we are doing to the boxing, I don't have any problem. And if he want the green light from Haymon, we work with Haymon now.
Correct.
In each card, we have 1 or 2 fights with him. It depends about him. If he want to enjoy the fast train for the glory, he know where he can search.
Yeah.
And of course, I like and I respect the loyalty for his partner Haymon. Of course, this is something make him, in my eyes, big, and I respect it because the loyalty is important in the life. And he's good fighter. He's good fighter, but he need to understand that what we are doing is important for boxing. We work with who respect us, and we have a tough fight. We don't have normal fight.
While other fighters are lining up for a piece of the massive Saudi purses, Tank has been staying in his own lane, even if it means missing big fights. He isn't willing to play by Al Haymon's rules, which could explain why he's been absent from some of these blockbuster events lately. Being on one of Haymon's cards often means following the script, showing up when told, saying the right things at press events, and that's just not Tank's style. He's always been the rebel, the wild card, moving on his own schedule. So when you see Crawford versus Canelo getting all the hype, backed by Haymon's billions, and Tank nowhere to be found, it's not an accident. It's a choice. A statement. Tank refuses to be controlled.
You said going out on 3 fights. You know the last 2 fights you want to go out on?
Yeah, just
The last fight? The last fight you want to go out on. Like, who? Do you have anybody in mind?
No, I'm saying no. I don't have my name right now. But I got somebody I want to call out after this fight.
You said you got somebody you want to call out after this fight?
Yeah.
Who is that?
I'm not gonna tell you.
He get the hint. Keep it quiet.
Is it Lomachenko?
Somebody asked Lomachenko.
No.
All right.
Turkey said he got your 2 Ferraris ready. What you think about that?
Oh,
Turkey said he got your 2 Ferraris ready.
I need 3 now.
Yeah.
Alright, boxing fans, here's the bottom line. This feud isn't just about who headlines an undercard. It's about respect, ego, legacy, and control of the spotlight. Crawford is aiming to elevate the event. Tank wants to elevate himself. No matter how the business plays out, we get the spectacle. Now it's your turn. Who do you think has the bigger flex right now, Crawford or Tank? Should Tank step onto that big card, or risk losing his spotlight by staying away? And could someone like Shakur be waiting in the wings with an even bigger opportunity? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one.